So today I'm going to be talking to you about what happened to the Fireflies. So the Fireflies were this revolutionary militia group that were seen as the antagonists on the first game, and what they basically did was that they revolted against military oppression. So obviously Fireflies were the main set of the first game, how the Fireflies wanted to find a vaccine. The Fireflies in the first game were also in a war against Fedra, which they lost. For the majority of the game, we saw the Fireflies as people that were trying to help the world and make everything better, and Ellie obviously always saw the Fireflies as something for her. So obviously the Fireflies have this really deep meaning to Ellie because it was basically everything she has left. After losing Riley, Henry, and Sam, and losing just about everybody, her mom and everybody she loved, dead from infected, and how she could stop that just by becoming a vaccine. So she obviously wanted to be the vaccine, and that's why we saw the Fireflies as the good people. But then when they told us that Ellie was going to die through this, after getting attached with Ellie through the entire game, so Joel kills the surgeon that was going to make the procedure, because the surgeon wasn't letting him take Ellie back. By Joel saving Ellie and killing the only surgeon that the Fireflies had, which was Jerry, and he ends up being Abby's dad, and this kill ends up being the entire plot for part 2. Revenge, or the cycle of revenge. The Fireflies, after Jerry died, disbanded because, well, after years of trying to get the vaccine and failing to do so, losing their only surgeon, apart from the point that Ellie was the only immune person and reaching her was almost impossible now, and losing their leader, they lost all hope in the group, which ended the Fireflies as what they were, which was this militia group. There was a rumor in The Last of Us Part 2 that goes through with Abby and all of these people that they were reuniting in Santa Barbara, and that's why Abby goes there with Lev. And it turns out that it was actually true, according to a radio conversation that Abby had before being captured by the Rattlers. When the Fireflies disbanded, they went to different groups, but we can assume that the majority of them ended up being the WLF, or the Washington Liberation Front. I know Abby and Owen for sure were Fireflies, so we can obviously assume that more than likely a lot of them went there. So, and then there's the other question, and it was it even possible to make a vaccine in the first place? And, well, we do know that cordyceps is a fungus, and there is no way that I know of to make a vaccine against fungi. They could have made antibodies, or like a treatment, but nothing to permanently remove cordyceps. That's what Ellie wanted to just get rid of cordyceps, right? The cordyceps took so much away from Ellie. At the end of the day, the only thing she wanted to do was give herself to it, since she knew that she had this immunity, which Joel told her that later on, that a lot of people had this immunity. And Ellie was kind of suspicious about that because she's never met anybody who was immune like her. But then again, not everybody has been bitten. But that was basically at the end why Joel and Ellie got into this huge fight, and then Joel died and Ellie had to go out for revenge, which that continues the cycle of revenge. But yeah, basically that's what happened to the Fireflies. They ended up at the end of the day standing up again in Santa Barbara